Absolutely world-class stuff from the 5-time US Open champion. And talking about world-class, my commentary colleagues for this match most certainly fit that bill.
Yeah,
Alison and Skylar. Welcome, Skylar.
Thanks for having me.
Love this music on the lag. Really increases the intensity. It's like something from the movie Jaws.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, it's fine. When's the lag?
It's great. It is. It's when you're out there and then the music comes on your lag and it's like it's intense. You're both watching the ball as the music's playing. It makes it way better.
And of course, the casual observer might think, well, the lag is not that important, but in these race to sevens, winner breaks, it could be vital.
Absolutely, it's the lag is always important because if it does get to hill, the one who wins the lag gets that final break, and also the fact that it is winner breaks, you can get on a roll, get a few racks under your belt. Well, not an ideal break there. He made a ball, but he hasn't got a really good shot. But boy, did you see his match earlier? What a cracking match Niels had earlier. He was struggling with the break then and just remained patient.
Yeah, I stayed here till almost the end of it, and I had to leave. But I heard it got really good at the end.
Push out called.
Pushing out. One thing he's looking for here, his first good start of the tournament. He's won 2 matches, but both of them
Back into your choice.
having faced early deficits. He was 3-1 down to Jeffrey De Luna first up, and then 3-0 down, having not had a single shot against Jason Shaw, but he solved those problems.
Yes, in that match with Jason, it went to the final game. And both of them made mistakes, but Niels ended up the victor.
Play again, please.
As for Eklent Kaçi, well, he beat Petri Mäkinen 7-3 in his first match. And then, of course, the ball coming out of the pocket
It's got to be switched off
against
again.
Naoki Oi. That was the talking point in a 7-5 win. Second time out.
Did you see that? Marcel
Pleasure, please.
Eckert, the referee, just told Kaçi to turn his phone off. I think his volume on his phone is on. I think Niels was trying to play behind that purple 5 ball there. He walked around to look where the 1 ball would be going off of the 9 ball.
Extension call.
Still, the 1 ball doesn't go by the 4 into the corner pocket. So it's a little tricky. Do you see anything here, Skylar?
Yeah, I was just thinking, maybe, I guess cut the 1 into the 4 and just try to go across. But it doesn't look like that's what he's shooting. Looks like he's winding up to do something.
Well, he went to maybe try and bank that. Do you think he was trying to bank that?
Yeah, I believe so. Going all out for that one, and if you miss, that's where you wanted to miss this one. That way the one goes back up table, at least leaves distance for his opponent.
Yes, it's obviously turned out to be a really good speed. I've watched Niels practice shots like that online. I don't know if you've ever seen him doing his YouTube stuff or on his Facebook page. I saw him do a practice session with Alex Lely, who's coached him. And that's one of the shots that they were practicing in one of the sessions.
Yeah, I've seen lately Niels has been doing a lot of instructional videos on YouTube.
I always think he's a great student of the game. Great all-round player, but he brings so much presence to the table.
What I see with Feijen is a very amenable and amiable character, but before matches, he switches, he becomes all business. The game face really does go on. And the stern face will go on after that.
Bringing out the jump cue, which we know he's very, very good with, but this is quite close to the 9-ball. Superb shot. It's just making it more exciting, I think.
Yeah, that was a great shot, and even drew back for the 4-ball. Looks fairly straight here. He might just have to, stay close to the rail here and take the shot on the 5. Yeah. See, he tried to cheat a little. Just go to the rail and take your shot. I think that would be the right way.
Yeah, I think so. These pockets are unforgiving. He just seemed to hit that pretty straight, didn't he?
Yeah, it's definitely hard to cheat these pockets. They are definitely a little snug.
I'm sure Eklent's pleased to be back at the table, getting rid of these first game jitters for both players.
Eklent Kaçi wins the first round.
And there, encapsulated is the story of so many racks in this tournament so far. A ball that might well have gone on the vast majority of tables hangs over the jaws, and the other guy steps in. 1-0 to the Albanian.
I played quite good the first 2 matches. Was some exciting shots in the second match when the 4-ball just came out from the pocket. That was kind of crazy a little bit, but I got through it and looking forward for the next match. If I don't have pressure, I don't really enjoy the game. This is why I play the game, because I love the pressure and the competing. And so, Yeah, I mean, the pressure gives you a bigger pleasure.
I like that line. The pressure gives you a bigger pleasure. We know players, Alison, who would not agree with that. We've seen them melt
Eklent Kaçi to
in
break.
front of the TV cameras in
Leading
particular.
1-0.
Yeah, you have to go out there and you just have to enjoy the atmosphere and lap it up. Otherwise, it can crush you. Well, again, we're not seeing anything easy here. One ball's headed up to the end rail. Very unlike the last match we just witnessed. What do you think, Skylar? Do you think he's going to separate the balls and spin the cue ball to the left, or do you think he's going to go thin off of it on the right-hand side?
I think he's just going to play simple, safe, try to get the cue ball behind the 2-4, and just play the 1 over here behind the 8 ball on this bottom rail here. Yeah, just like that. Just like that.
Right, and do we see a 2-rail kick here from Niels? He's having a good think about it.
Extension, please.
He's walking around to see where he wants to make contact with the 1 ball. So not only is he just trying to hit this ball, he's trying to make something happen. Let's see what his speed's like.
Pretty good speed. Got the 1 fairly close to the end rail.
Extension called.
At least he left his opponent where he's got to make a good shot here.
Can't quite see if that 2 goes by the pink 4 ball. Did you think it did go? Because if it does go, it's actually quite a straightforward shot if he cuts this in. Cue ball's just going to go straight up and down the table here.
Yeah, so the 2 ball must go past the 4.
Yeah, that was quite a natural shot he played there. Just the cue ball following the tangent line, going straight up and down. Just had to control the speed. Now he's going to put a little low right on this ball, 2-rail it. Leave himself an angle on the 3 to come back for the pink 4 in that top corner pocket. So how are you feeling, Skylar? How have you been playing?
I feel good, you know. I felt better my last match than I did the first match. I don't know, I'm ready. I was kind of happy to have the day off, but at the same time, I wanted to go ahead and play my next match today, you know, just to stay in stroke. But it's okay, I took advantage of the day off. Got some sleep and just been sitting here watching, you know, observing everything everybody's doing on the table. So just ready to play tomorrow, really.
Yeah, you look like you were really in sync yesterday when you played. In tune with the table, the pockets, the speed.
Yeah, yesterday felt nice. I won the first game and then I went down 3-1. I'm just sitting there in my chair just like, oh man, I hope I just get one more shot, you know, and then take advantage. And I got lucky and got a shot. He missed the 7-ball, let me back to the table.
And the rest was history.
Again, Niels Feijen has made a slow start.
Eklent Kaçi wins
Not
the
so
second.
Eklent Kaçi. Niels Feijen confined to his chair there. I wonder what he's thinking. Well, before the match, he told us.
It was a crazy match, I'll tell you. It was actually a really good match. My game plan was to win the leg and try to break the first 3, and Jason did exactly that for me. Clawed my way back, and then I made an error on, I believe it was 6-4 to me, and I thought it was over. Jason was running out, he was getting shots after the break, and then the final game was just total drama, but I'm really glad I'm through. On this professional level, you can't be looking at, oh, he's gonna make weakness mistakes in this area. You gotta try and be as good as you can on your own game, because otherwise you're gonna get tortured. And he's thinking the same thing, so you just gotta focus on your own game.
Niels Feijen, a man whose career has been as glittering and as bright as the light in that building behind him there. What a player he's been.
The third wreck. Eklent Kaçi to break. Leading
And
by
still
2
is.
wrecks to nil.
He's playing someone here, you know, who's exactly half his age. Kaçi has done so much. Easy to forget he's still only 22.
He certainly doesn't look 22. But such a bright future ahead. And that was a massive break.
Yeah, he definitely made one there.
Scything through the balls. Decimation.
Stays perfectly still on the shot, straight through with that back wrist. Really good mechanics. Has he landed a little bit straight on this? He had to play for the short side in the corner. And he's got a funny little angle here, isn't he?
Yeah, he's going to have to follow here on the short side of the 8-ball and shoot it in the top left pocket. Just doesn't want to fall straight on this.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of work to do. But choices here, you can forwards or backwards. I think the most natural shot is to go forwards with some left-hand spin. He's doing the opposite, which is a commentator curse. That's nicely played.
He probably got as much as he could out of that ball to get that far up table with such a little angle.
Yeah, without using lots of spin, I think. Maybe it's best on these pockets too.
Eklent Kaçi wins the third wreck.
How about this? Kaçi has to be caught. Niels Feijen was 3-0 down against Jason Shaw in the preceding round to this. He came back to win. Can he do the same? Find out after the break. On days like this, in places like this, there's almost a sadness when the sun begins to set. It is such a lovely place. Dusk is now enveloping the Europa Point Sports Park. The building on the left-hand side is where the pool is taking place. And boy, is this tournament building up beautifully, brewing up. Skylar Woodward, my co-commentator for this match, together with Alison Fisher. He takes on Alexander Kazakis in one quarter-final tomorrow. The first quarter-final is currently being played, and Eklent Kaçi has made an absolutely terrific start. He leads Niels Feijen 3-0.
Thank you for frame. Sorry, break. Eklent Kaçi to break, leading by 3-0.
We heard Marcel mention the word frame there. In case you don't know, he's also a professional referee for snooker. And what a great referee he is.
And you know, last week after the tournament, we was talking to him up in the practice room, and he was saying how he loves 9-ball, like he loves playing pool also, and he's a snooker ref.
Yeah, 9-ball is his preferred game, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what he was saying. And then him being a snooker ref, well, it kind of threw me off. I'm like, you like 9-ball so much, and then snooker ref, but that's cool. He knows both games.
He had the ultimate responsibility. He's refereed the final of the World Championship at the Crucible.
And that is a referee's dream, isn't it?
Extension, please.
In fact, one footnote, he's the youngest ever World Championship final referee.
Well, we have the best of the best out in the arena here.
So he's not choosing to push or anything here. He's going for the jump shot. Fairly straight. I think it's very makeable for sure.
What do you think if he's 3-0 ahead? Do you think it changes things if it was the first rack, let's say?
I mean, kind of when you're up, of course, you're more likely to maybe go for a shot. When it's a tight match, he might not shoot that ball if it is a tight match. But winner break also changes things. It's always a tight match, no matter the score.
Yeah, that's definitely correct. And he came with a fabulous jump shot there.
It's a really good point you made, Skylar. With the winner breaks format, which I personally love, there's never any room for relaxation. We've seen so many comebacks in this tournament. You're always on the edge of your seat.
Yeah, always. When shoot, you can be up 5-1, 6-1, and the other guy can just take control. I mean, he ain't got to break and run every rack, but if he breaks and makes a ball and can see the one, he's got control. He can play safe. He can run out, whatever. And best players in the world, they ain't gonna give you much breathing room if they do have a shot and have control.
The other thing about winner breaks is that if a player is in really top-class form, they can put on a clinic, win very easily, and entertain by dint of their sheer excellence.
Apparently, after talking to Eklent, I found out that his younger brother is an excellent snooker player, makes plenty of centuries. He's actually a better player than him.
Well, he's got a very good technique, and that back elbow is as straight as you like. There's nothing jittery about it whatsoever. No technical deficiencies and no deficiencies of any kind here. He has taken a 4-0 lead over Niels Feijen. How about that? As we said, only 22 years of age, but already he's established quite a career CV. Played on the European Mosconi Cup side. He's a former world number 1, current Matchroom world ranking 14th, and his best in this tournament was a run to the semi-finals, so looking to equal that right here this evening. He's beaten Petri Mäkinen and Naoki Oi so far. The Albanian Eagle, soaring. As for Niels Feijen, well, it's a small graphic we have for you, but you could fill this up. You could fill the entire screen with the titles he's won. 2014 World 9-ball champion, and twice winner of this event in 2013 and again in 2018. One of those titles in Barnsley in Yorkshire, England. The other
Eklent Kaçi
here
break,
in Gibraltar.
leading by 4-0.
You were saying Niels has come back in all of his matches. This is probably the biggest hill he has to climb so far, huh?
No doubt.
And Eklent made a wonderful break there, and he's got a clear shot on the 2-ball and no real problems in the rack. So I see him keeping the pressure on Niels. Talking of Mosconi Cup, you were the player that made the final 9-ball, weren't you, when America won the Mosconi Cup?
Yeah, it was in America when I made the final 9.
And what was the atmosphere like in that building?
I mean, it was so crazy. It's nuts. So many people, they're screaming when you make a ball, screaming when you miss a ball. It was unbelievable. And then to make the final ball was even crazier. Like, just everybody went nuts. Really, even the Europe fans, even when it's over, they all cheer too. But it's so loud there. It's can't even describe it really, unless you're there.
And Alison, when they play in front of a full house, it's Ali Pali, which is an even bigger arena. That's one of the most extraordinary sights in all of Q Sports.
Yeah, 2 years ago it was in 2018. It was in Ali Pali.
And I believe it's going to be back there this year.
Let's hope we get a big crowd and a thunderous atmosphere. Nothing like it, there really isn't.
No, that's every player's dream, to play in one of those teams.
And what people don't realise about the Mosconi Cup, it came from very humble beginnings. Pretty much an exhibition event, wasn't it, when it first began? Now it's so serious.
Well, this is a bit like the last match that we witnessed, with Shane dominating. Eklent's not really giving Niels a chance after Niels missed that ball in the first rack.
Eklent Kaçi wins the rack.
Kaçi goes from 4 to 5-0 ahead. Now we know about Feijen's fighting qualities. They will be stretched to the limit and beyond. If you think about it, this is a race to 7, so it's best of 13. A possible 8 racks left, and now Feijen needs to win 7 of them. Once the 2 was in, you thought, here we go again.
Eklent Kaçi wants to.
The Terror from Tirana. That's the capital of Albania. I don't know whether he's actually based there, but it's a great nickname. Let's hope he is.
Let's just say he is. Here we see Marcel, our referee, racking the balls, making sure that all the balls are touching.
Thank you, it's rack number 6. Eklent Kaçi is leading by 5 racks to 0 and will break.
Kaçi 2 racks away from the semi-finals and a very early night.
I bet Niels was ready to jump out of his seat then, looking at that cue ball, tracking towards the corner pocket.
Skylar, it's only a split second, but when a cue ball's going towards a pocket like that, what are the emotions? The heart must be going.
Yeah, especially when you get kicked like that. You're like, oh man. Because you never know when you get kicked. It seems like it always goes towards the corner pockets when it gets kicked. It's funny, but, when you hit them bad and just you go towards the pocket, it's kind of your own fault. So you kind of, I guess, you can beat yourself up or talk to yourself about it, but when you get kicked, you're just thinking like, man, it didn't have to go like that. The ball could have got kicked any which way, just not towards the pocket.
Yeah, you got to try and avoid that worlds against me vibe.
Well, he was trying to snooker Niels behind that 5 ball. Just overhit it slightly. But I don't think Niels can get through that gap. He's taken his extension to really give this some thought. We can see there what he's been left with. He's getting in position to get his jump cue out. This is a tricky one. This is a long jump. That was a tough shot. Really tough shot. Especially being 5-0 down.
And look at this table, Skylar. Meat and drink.
That was a super long jump. I think maybe kick 2 rails under the 1, just create some distance. Definitely very tough jump there that he just took on.
Well, right now, Skylar, he's living up to the famous tattoo on his neck. Perfection. Maybe you should have whitewash on the other side.
Which is what you got to do, really, in winner's break format. Like I was saying, no lead safe. Like, if Niels gets a chance, he could do the same thing that Eklent's doing right now and could make it a close match, but he's just trying to keep Niels in his seat.
We asked Joshua Filler, who was in the booth earlier, what's the most racks he's run of 9 ball. Would you like to share?
Like to share how many I've run?
Yeah.
Maybe like 12. I think 12 is what I've been told. Kind of when you run that many, you kind of quit counting. So it's like somebody's got to tell you how many, but I think it's like 12 is what I've been told.
No, he said he's run 25. Now, I don't know if that's in practice or in a match.
Well, big numbers indeed. I'll tell you what, here now, Niels Feijen needs 7 racks in succession to pull this one out of the fire, and right now, that seems like a mission impossible. What a night this is for one-sided pool. First, Shane Van Boning defeated the World 9-ball champion Fedor Gorst 7-1, and now this match is completely one-sided. Poor old Niels Feijen finds himself trailing 6-0. Could Feijen be whitewashed? That would be a turn-up, wouldn't it? The first match of the evening, that was a lot tighter. Justin Sage led 3-1 against Alexander Kazakis, but then the wheels came off and Alexander the Great, in pool terms, prevailed 7-3.
Thank you, the 7th wreck. Eklent Kaçi is breaking on the hill, leading 6-0.
Well, Phil, I would never have bet that this match would go like this.
In goes the 1, 2 is bang on, 3's in the open, 4's in the open. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah, Niels has sat in his chair. He gave a look of resignation then.
He's so tall, it's hard for him to even get down low enough to get a shirt foul.
Yeah, something we're not really that well used to, you and I, Skylar. When you can reach over, especially a smaller surface like a pool table, being tall is a real advantage.
Yeah, he set himself in really nice position here. Always the right side of the ball. Just going to stun into the rail here, and there's 4 born out for the 5. Left himself a little steep angle there. Would like to have been a little bit straighter.
This afternoon, Niels Feijen beat a player called Eagle Eye. Right now, the Albanian Eagle is about to swoop down and take his prey.
Nicely played shot there. It's looking doom and gloom for Niels.
Just show Skylar, anything can happen.
Extension, please.
Niels made a mistake the first rack and hasn't got a shot since, other than kicking or he jumped at a ball.
But you just know, you can tell, no complacency will drift in here. Niels Feijen is not well acquainted with the concept of being whitewashed.
Eklent Kaçi wins dragon match.
Feijen faded, Kaçi caught fire. What a scoreline into the semi-finals, thanks to a whitewash. I repeat, a whitewash over Niels Feijen.